Good morning, good evening, wherever you are across this beautiful nation or around this gorgeous world. This is Deja Brew, waking you up to truth, one sip at a time. And I am happy to present Wednesday Wisdom with Angela. Angela is client slash friend of mine, and we will be doing a podcast together on Wednesdays called Wednesday Wisdom, where we will talk about the very real journey of spirituality. We're going to take the woo out of the whole factor. And I am going to turn it over to you, beautiful lady, and allow you to introduce yourself.
Hi, everybody. So my name is Angela Los Santos. As Kelly has said, I'm a client, but now a friend. And every Wednesday, we're going to be here talking to you about some different topics. So what I do, I am a crystal healer practitioner. I'm also a sound healer practitioner. And I'm also an intuitive Akashic Tarot reader and a mediumship cards reader. So I'm so happy and grateful to be here and looking forward for every Wednesday to have our conversation. Thank you, Kelly.
Yes. And I am so thrilled for you to be here and us to do this. I'm really excited. I've been wanting to do a Wednesday wisdom show with someone for a really long time. So I'm glad I finally found you. Or you found me, however that happened.
We found each other.
We found each other just the way it was supposed to happen. Yes. And we're going to talk, like we were saying, about the journey to
Yes.
spirituality because it is sticky and messy and kind of ugly sometimes. It's not all rainbows and ponytails like some people in the spiritual circles would like to pretend that it is. So we're going to take the woo factor out of
Sounds good.
spirituality and show people that it is a real journey and it's not any different from any other journey that we would look at in life. I mean, we're trekking through at times and other times we're coasting and sometimes we're flying because we're doing great. And so there's highs and lows and we're going to talk
Yes.
about all of it. And
I
for
call
you,
it at this moment, the spiritual awakening journey is the painful signs of growth.
yeah, it is a
Yes.
lot like birthing pains, even, right? Like
Yes.
giving birth, because in those last few moments, it hurts so much. But after that final push, you finally get over that hump. It's
Yes.
so beautiful, and you just forget the pain, and you know all you see is the beauty in it and the love. So it's a lot like that, and that's an ebb and flow. Like those growing pains happen off and on throughout life, right? I mean, we didn't just come out of our mother's womb and we're like, ta-da, we're here and it's perfect, right? I mean, we
No.
all struggled. We've all struggled. The struggle is real.
Yes, we do. And one thing that I say to people when people ask me, "Oh, how you get there?" It's like, "Oh wow, you know." I say, "Well, it's not exactly how you think it is."
Yeah.
And I'm gonna give you an example because I like to tell stories to people, so it's more easy for people to digest stories than if I just throw things at them. And
Hmm.
this is the question that I ask. If they are mom or if it is just a young person, I say, okay, just go back to when you were a baby, when the first day that you coming out of your mother's womb. Did you know that for the baby to start breathing back in the day, and probably now the doctor's still doing something to make them cry? That's your first cry. That's your first pain. And then when you start growing up, okay, in order for you to learn how to walk, well, you had to fail many times, but you have big resilience. And we end up losing that when we grow up. You start learning how to walk, you fail 1,000 times, and you just clean your knees and you cry again. You cry, but you keep going. It's the same thing will happen with spiritual awakening. You have to cry, clean your tears, and keep going. Okay, it's always the same. It's like a big connection between your childhood since you born to when you realize, okay, hey, this is not what I thought it was. It's the same thing. You have to cry since probably day one, okay? And also not only since day one, since you can remember, because we always have signs through our childhood since we born, and we never realize what happened. And it's okay, but sometimes you feel, oh, okay, this person is telling me that I'm not normal. This person is telling me that I'm weird, and that's also painful, but you keep going. When the big awakening happened, well, it hurts even more because and then you have to put all that garbage that you carry inside you because it's a big garbage. It's like you have a big glass of water or an empty glass, let's say an empty glass, and you start putting ping pong balls and you start putting all kind of balls and all kind of stuff inside and all kind of garbage. But if you want everything to come out of the glass, well, and you start pouring water, everything start to come out slowly but mighty. Everything starts to come out in a weird way. And people show up out of nowhere to tell you stuff. Hey, no, you gotta go that way. And you, oh, what? Yeah. And sometimes you got caught up on this, what? And then your ego start telling you, hey, no, 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 no. I don't want that. I don't want to deal with that. No, thank you. But at some point you realize if I don't deal with all of this now, I will never be fully awakened. I will never be fully happy. I will never understand why I'm here, why I decided to volunteer to come here, because we all do.
Hmm.
Why many things happened when I was a little kid, why my mother was like that, why my father was like that, why my grandfather was like that, and so on and forth and forth and forth. And it can take years, years, not months,
Years.
not one day, years.
Right.
Uh, Probably half of your life.
Hmm. Yeah.
It's like that.
Yeah.
Tell me about it. I know a lot about it.
Yeah. I think we all do. And that's the beauty of talking about this so that people can realize that this is not about trying to achieve the practices of a monk or the soul of a saint, but it is about picking ourselves up, dusting ourselves off, and trying again and moving forward with every step, hoping to be a better version of ourselves,
That's the goal.
whatever that means for us. And
Yeah.
that truth can only come from within us. It can't come from outside of us, other people,
Mhm.
right? And so that's where like self-confidence and self-worth and self-love and all of those things really play a huge role
Phew.
in how quickly we achieve the goals that we hope to achieve within ourselves, because we have to be able to give ourselves space, right? And compassion for when we do mess up, grace in messing up, because we're going to mess up.
Oh yeah, 100%. And I didn't think that ever ends.
No, I don't either. And
Mhm.
in my opinion, I actually like to say this. I say it often to other people. I may be a teacher at this point, but I'm forever the student. And if I ever come to the conclusion that I'm not the student anymore, I
Yeah.
must have taken way too many steps backwards.
Yes. Oh, definitely 100%.
because
Yeah,
now I'm back in my ego.
yes, yes. And that is something that we have to avoid. And
Yeah,
today, I have multiple people here. I'm from Canada. I live in Canada. I'm from Dominican Republic, for everybody who doesn't know me yet, but I live in Canada. So for some reason, well, the universe kind of put people on my path for me to be able to help them help themselves. Okay.
right.
One of them is a very remarkable story, which I'm gonna say here because is I want to make a point across of this. She's one of my clients because I have another business, and she's a very beautiful woman. Okay, very happy woman. That's the way how I can describe her. I met her 3 years ago, and everything was beautiful. Every time I see her, she's always happy. The last time that I see her this year, when I get to the site where I had to work, I noticed a shift on her energy. It was pretty much like, oh, okay, what is happening? She's pretending to smile and everything and so on. And she gave me a hug, and through the hug, as a very highly intuitive slash psychic, whatever you want
Mhm.
to call it, I realized, oh, okay, this is something big here. But it was working day. When I finish working, I'm sharing with her that I just launched my sound healing business, and because I have all my instruments, I'm really excited. All of a sudden, she said to me, "Oh, Angela, we should meet. We should meet somewhere really soon to talk." And I'm okay. What's up with this? Kind of in a rush, right? And I said, okay. And I told her, okay, let me check my schedule and let me see. Well, that let me check my schedule. It was her sending me messages. When are we gonna meet? When are we gonna meet? When are we gonna meet? We finally met. But the day before, I start getting these rush. You have to ask her what's up with her. You have to ask her what's up with her. I start to get in a rush. It was really concerning. So I saw her, and we sit in front of water on a waterfront, and she's trying to pretend again that she's okay. Okay. But at some point I say, I'm so sorry. I need to interrupt you to ask you what's going on with you. I'm feeling that you're not happy. I'm feeling that you have this big heavy weight on you. What's going on with you? And her answer until today, and that was 3 months ago, it shocked me when she says, I'm thinking of finishing my life because I don't know what is happening to me. I just want to help people and heal people. I don't know where to start, but people think every time I talk about what is happening to me right now, because I feel my world crumbling apart, people think I'm crazy. And she just starts sobbing. At that moment, I understand this is serious. So I told her, no, you're not crazy, this and that. So I start telling her what to do meditations, you go read a book, you need to know who you are. Long story short, for a woman that was thinking on ending her life, 3 months later, after she started doing meditation, after she started reading books, after she started doing workshops, after she started doing some sort of prayer, after she started doing all of that, I saw her last Sunday in a breathwork session, and she looks almost 15 years younger. Her skin cleared up. She's so calm. She glows. And there it goes. It's a beautiful thing when you finally wake up, but she had to go through a lot of garbage,
Yeah.
like a lot of garbage. But now she finally said to me, Angela, I never feel as happy as I am now, but I'm still working on this journey. And the reason why I mention this, sometimes it can feel for some people out there when they awaken that they don't know what is happening like her, and it can have a profound impact on their point of view because eventually you lose almost everybody on your life because
Yeah.
nothing aligns with your energy anymore. Your energy is ascending. It
Mhm.
happened to me, it happened to her, and more stuff happened to her. She started
Oh,
seeing things on people that she messaged me sometimes 11 o'clock at night. What is happening to me? I'm seeing this, and I have to be the anchor to give her support. Okay?
right.
Because that was what her soul wants. And if it is somebody out there who's seen this message, they have those thoughts, well, there is hope out there. And that's why we are here to help. It's not that you're going crazy, it's a big transition, it's a big challenge, but it's worth it. And at the end, you're gonna say, oh, wow, I should have started sooner. But it takes a process. And that's how it is.
100%. Yeah. And I'm really glad that you brought that story up, because there are so many star seeds, volunteers,
Mm-hmm.
whatever they want to call themselves, or
Mm-hmm.
even just, if they don't even know that that's what they are yet.
Mm-hmm.
And they face that type of destitute feeling.
Ooh,
I mean,
it's
that's very real. And even in my own personal experience, I have seen firsthand that extreme
oh yeah.
of of a despair, because
Mm-hmm.
it is lonely. It is.
It
It's
is.
isolating when you begin to wake up and your vibration is higher than everybody else's. It changes who's in your timeline.
It does.
And those people with the lower vibration that fall away, that you feel like it's something you did. You feel like it's your fault.
Yep. You
But
feel
really,
like
it
it's
was
your
just the
fault.
universe answering your vibration, dialing
Mm-hmm.
in your reality for your vibration. No different than tuning to a different radio station.
Yep.
And people need to understand that, because when you start losing your friends or your family members to the way you feel or the way you're thinking, or the things you're experiencing or whatever it is, it's so polarizing and isolating that, um, just the loneliness alone.
Oh yeah.
And I can really relate to this. I'm no different than anyone else in this journey. I know what that loneliness feels like.
Ooh, yeah.
And you have to be able to find that peace within you, that it's okay to be alone if that's
Mm-hmm.
what's going on. It's okay to be without quote unquote friends. It's okay if your family members fall back away from you a little bit, because just like your friend came to you to be the anchor for her, that's what we're here for. And a lot of those people in our life, in our 6 degrees, eventually are going to need us.
Oh yeah.
And so we have to be able to accept it with grace, accept who we are, accept who they are, allow the separation, regardless of how long it is, because when they begin to awaken, they're going to need us, and they're going to know that we are who they can turn to.
Yeah. I have noticed starting this year, this was one of the weirdest years for me. And even though I start this experiencing this fully, like when I decide, okay, the work in 2020 is stop completely, leave me without nothing in order for me to stop so that I can find myself. However, this is what I said to everybody that I'm mentoring now. The way how that happened to me in 2020, now in 2025, is happening 10 times faster for everybody.
Right.
So I'm grateful that I was back in 2020 so I can take my time, read your books and experience everything. But now what happened is in the earth is we're gonna need between now and 2030. I mean, I'm 100% about this. We're gonna need a lot of light workers, star
Mhm.
seeds, and everything in between out there to help. And for that reason, this is
Yes.
why many people starting this year they had this rush because I'm experiencing this every single week. Like
Mhm.
last week, I'm thinking, okay, what is happening? People that come to my life, boof. and show up like out of nowhere. Oh, did you know about this? Can you help me with this? And I'm like, okay, I'm at work. I cannot even talk right now. But what can I do? So if you are one of them out there that you're feeling the rush, well, there is a reason for the world, our entire Mother Earth is gonna need more people like us, and you need to find your tribe. However, you also have to be careful because is out there many other people that they pretend that they can help you,
Right.
but it's not true help.
Right. And that's a big deal too. That's a really big one. Um, Discernment, knowing who you really can trust in this.
Mhm.
And this is that time now when everyone really needs to be reading the energy, really, because we can all do that, right? We can all read energy. We just don't always pay attention to those red flags or those questions that we may have on someone. And we need to pay attention to that better now.
Yeah.
Because if you need help to fast track and get to where you need to be, you got to be going the right direction. There's no
Yes.
more room for those kind of mistakes. We can still have room for other mistakes, but not those big ones. We need to really know who to trust and who to allow into our 6 degrees when it comes to stuff like that. Because oh, our what I call the spiritual realm or spiritual circles has really been hijacked by some people that are not authentic,
No.
and they have big followings, and that worries me
Oh,
because
yes, it does worry.
they're not truly leading people to the awakening. They're leading them away from it.
Yes.
And whether that's intentional or unintentional, I don't care.
No.
I'm keeping my eyes on the prize, and the prize is for all of us. And so we need to all be going the right direction. We need to be really headed that direction and learning who we are so that we can learn what we can do. But also, with that being said, there are many of us out there that are already the beacon that's going to be that anchor.
Mm.
Um, even with us still learning our power,
Yeah. Mm.
we're still able to be that light to spread out to those others that are coming now. And that's for me a twofold job, right? My mission isn't only to reach the volunteers or humanity at large to
Yeah.
help get them up to speed, but also to find the beacons that are meant to be leaders
Yeah.
so that they know what they can do as well, because it's
Definitely.
time for them to up their game.
Yep. So regarding finding the people that you can trust that they can help you out with that, here's the thing, and this is a couple tips that I'm gonna be giving you. The first thing is, if you're into this already, you need to learn how to recognize how your intuition works. Your intuition is not the same as your heart. It's two
That's right.
completely different things. And here's another funny thing. If you haven't learned that yet and you go there searching and unfortunately you find somebody who take advantage of you, guess what? Sometimes they've been sent to us in order for us to learn the lesson in a hard way because they are also teachers, not in a nice way, but they are also teachers. So
100%.
they are teachers. Unfortunately, they need to exist on this earth. They volunteer to come here to do all the things
Hmm.
out there. They're not good in order for us to learn how to set up limitations, boundaries, and learn how to use our intuition. So your intuition is in your stomach in this part. So if you go, let's put an example. If you go to somebody like Kelly, sorry, or me, because you need a psychic reading, let's say. And when you get to the session, you don't feel it and your stomach starts to telling you it's time to go. That's your intuition telling you. it's time to go.
Yeah.
Know your heart, because your heart and your head might say, oh, but I want to know, I want to know, I want to know. Yes, you want to know many things, but you need to find the right people. You
Yeah.
need to feel it. You need to feel with the other person, you need to feel calm. You need to feel that you can be listened. You need to feel like this is the person that I can trust. You need to feel all that. And if you don't, or if you feel pushy, being pushed, well, it's the time for you to go and find the next one.
Yeah.
Because I see many things out there that sometimes I go, whoa, this is not the way. Eventually, all those people that they're doing that, they all gonna go because it's not true what they're doing. Okay.
Right.
But we need to have our eyes open to who we go for help. That we
Yep.
think it can be the person who can lead us to keep going on our journey and don't lead you on the direction that you're not supposed to go, because when you enter this stage of awakening, you're pretty much a little bit confused about the whole thing. You don't
Oh,
know
yeah.
where to go, what should I do. The right person that is gonna help you out is never gonna push you to do anything. It's gonna give you tools for you to use, because
Right.
we only help you, but you have to help yourself. You have to do the work. We give you the tools. We can give you a little bit of a, okay, you can go this way, you can, but you're the main person. Everything is in here. You just need to learn how to awaken that soul that remembers everything in you. You already have it
Hmm.
inside there. You
Right.
just need somebody who give you the impulse to keep going.
Right. And that might be an important one to point out too is that if the people that they're following that seem to be spiritual aren't offering good advice or tools,
Mhm.
then they probably don't know what they're talking about.
Mhm.
Because anyone who is truly in the business of
Mhm.
spirituality
Yeah.
is honestly trying to arm you with the right tools
Mhm.
and good sound advice. They're
Mhm.
not selling snake oil, right?
No. Oh no. Yes. That's that's a good comparison. That's a good comparison.
Yeah.
Um, I remember one time I had this lady message me, oh, I need a reading. Um, okay, so we set up a date, and I know there was something going on. The I didn't fully understand what it was, so the day of the reading came, and she told me this was the story. She reserved a spot with another reader that she found out there that was charging her a lot of money for the reading, a lot of money. And when she got to the Zoom meeting to do the reading, her heart started racing, telling her no.
Uh-oh.
And the person was saying to her, oh, before we start the reading, you have to fully pay me the money. And before we start, I also want to tell you that I think it was her niece. She's going to have an accident and she's going to die. And when I heard that, I'm like, what?
Mm-mm.
And she said, oh, yeah. As soon as she said that, I said, oh, no, you know what? No, I don't want any reading. No, no, no. No, sorry. I don't want any reading. So she left, and then she find
Yeah.
me. And I said, hey, as soon as you feel your heart telling you no, which I believe also her stomach was telling her no, it's time for you to go. It's not any other way around.
Right.
You're not gonna feel
Right.
anything like that with somebody that is truthful. No way.
Right. Because your intuition is honest. It's there to guide you
Yep.
and to keep you safe. So it's just honest. It's not judgmental. And your logical brain, it's going to try to reconcile things, right? Go
Hmm.
back and forth. And your heart is going to try to give people a second chance or
Hmm.
whatever, right? So those are three different things.
Three
And
different.
yeah, you got to listen to the body because the body is what's telling you
Yeah.
through your intuition how to respond to something. And yeah, I mean, that blows my mind that that other reader did that because number one, the money should have been settled before the meeting ever happened, like the conversation of it, right? That
Yeah.
should have already been cleared up ahead of time. But
It
then
wasn't proper. It
for you to
wasn't.
just come in and get that kind of negative, let's just slam that on the table right away. I mean, it's not like if a psychic tells you something that's not positive or happy that they're not a good psychic. That's not what this means at all.
No, it's
But
not.
you certainly approach it differently if it were true. Now, first of all, I already felt like it wasn't true, and she's a fraud. And she's what gives psychics that are true a bad name. Um,
Yes.
but there are clients that I have had that had something that they really needed to know, but you don't just throw that out there right away.
No.
And you certainly don't just throw it out there. You would come at them with compassion and empathy
Mm-hmm.
for this.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And
I
also
mean,
it's a
that's
whole it's
terrible.
many different things out there. I also see on the other hand, and this is important because these sound healing, which I do, I also see many people doing it out there, no clue what they're doing, no clue
Mhm.
whatsoever. And many spiritual tools, you have to treat them with respect. If you are
100%.
the facilitator or the practitioner. You just
Yeah.
don't go there. Oh no, I am a sound healer. And when you show up at it doesn't matter the time, could be 10 minutes, 15 minutes, an hour, because I see a lot of people here in Canada going to sound healing to kind of start and push that awakening. It's a beautiful and amazing tool, but you also need to have in mind if you go out there for that and you see the practitioner that they don't use anything to cleanse the space and hold the space before they start the session, okay? And you see everybody coming with the whole energy around them about what happened through the day, and the practitioner just let them in without trying to settle down. That is not a good sign. It's not a good
Yeah.
sign. And also, if you see that the person doesn't say much, it doesn't explain what is happening, it's time for you to go and find somebody else. And it's not only with sound healing, it happened with many other things. Just keep your eyes open because it's gonna keep increasing. Because the same way how we know that it's increasing is the same way how people who just want to scam people is going to increase doing their thing.
Right. Right, exactly, because they're gonna be out there acting like they're spiritual and they can do the sound healing bowls or the tuning forks or, you know, activating your soul path or whatever it is, right? And they
Mhm.
don't have a clue what they're even doing.
Yeah, no, they
You
don't.
know, they don't even understand that we move through energy,
Yes,
a
they
lot
do.
of those people. And so it is very risky
It is
for
risky.
our own soul growth because there are, I mean, there's scams and bad people everywhere that, and they're not even trying to be bad people. They're just seeing an opportunity,
Mm-hmm.
you know, in their mind, I don't think they even view it as bad. And that's bothersome to
Oh
me.
yeah. To
But
me, it
they're what my
worries me a
friend,
lot.
yeah, but they're what my friend calls, let me see if I can get it right. An N NPR, it's like a gaming term for non-playing character. NPC. That's what it
Okay.
is. My friend calls them NPCs, non-playing characters. They're just there for filler to test you.
Yeah, they are. They are.
And that may be true.
Yeah. But at the end, here is one thing that people can use to kind of help themselves find the right people. First of all, don't push anything.
Yeah.
You have to ask the universe and ask your guardian angel, just simple to start with. Just ask your
Mhm.
guardian angel to send people to you. completely natural, and just go with the flow and just surrender. Because one thing that we have in our daily life, we when we born here, we come out of our mother's womb and we say, okay, God, you know what? I'll take over from now. I'm just gonna go with my life and I'm going to decide everything. Well, it doesn't work 100% like that. It
Right.
doesn't. So when we get to this point of a spiritual awakening, we have to go back and realize that we not alone. We have the divine within us, but we also have helpers that
Yeah, we have a
most certainly
team.
we have to see, but they're always there.
Yeah.
So you can talk to your guardian angel. Eventually, you'll know names and stuff, but to start, and
Yeah.
ask to send you the right people who can help you awaken the inside of you. And they will send you the right people. But don't forget the things happen at the right moment and at the right time.
Mm-hmm.
No, you pushing it. No.
Yep.
Just go with the flow. Surrender and go with the flow. Eventually, every single thing is going to align for you. Every single thing. But every day is like if you go to school. Well, if you start school when you're very little, at 4 years old, you don't expect them to give you class for a 8 years old or a 9 years old. They're gonna give you class for the age that you are and whatever you can absorb. Well, the same thing happened with the spiritual realm. They know what you can take every single day, and that's what we have to accept. And that's it's gonna be like that until our last day on this physical body. Nothing changes on that department. Doesn't matter how old you are, how long you have been doing it. No, every day is a learning. You have to go to school, even with that.
Yeah, we have to be able to let go and not want control for sure. And it is a great surrender and probably a lesson that we learn over and over and over in different ways
Mhm.
to surrender and not try to have the control because we think, oh well, I'll hold on to control of this, but I'll let go of that. And okay, fine, learn that one, and then we can move on. And then you can learn to let go of that one too, because for me, um, even like a rigorous daily plan for me, a daily schedule never pans out
No.
because spirit always has something else in store for
Oh
me.
my God.
So I have learned that I'm better just to flow and navigate with it. Kind of like when you learn to drive a car and you got to know when to hit the gas, when to let off, right? Just ride it out. You just ride it
Yes,
out.
yes. And sometimes they have weird ways to do things, very weird ways. So I'm gonna
Yes.
tell,
And humorous too sometimes. They can be quite funny.
oh, I'll say most of the time. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell a story about that. My mother become really sick between 2016 and 2017, like ill sick because she was very old. And I put her in a home in my country, and I had the desire to send her a wheelchair so they can bring her out in a nice wheelchair decorated, with flowers the way how she likes it and all that. So they can bring her out and bring her to her church and so on because she make friends and so on. One of my friends gave me a brand new wheelchair that his aunt left because she passed away and she wasn't able to enjoy the wheelchair. So I had this wheelchair at home, all beautiful and so on and forth, and I'm looking forward to send the wheelchair to my mother. Back then, I wasn't yet into this. I knew that I was different, but I didn't want to accept it. So I had this company, they ship stuff to my country, and I had shipped stuff with them for years, and everything was working out perfectly. And I'm trying to contact them. Kelly, I took 3 months trying to get a hold of them. They never answered me the phone. They never answered any text message, no any WhatsApp message, and I was the only company that I can ship the wheelchair. And I'm furious, like, what's the problem? Like, what the heck? Like, I want my mom to have this wheelchair, and I was so determined about the wheelchair. My mother passed away in January, and when she passed, and after the whole thing about her funeral passed, and then I finally got it. I was spending a lot of money on my mom illness and everything. If it would have shipped that wheelchair, she will never gonna enjoy it. And I wouldn't need the money for her funeral and everything. That was my first slap on the face to understand, no, it's not what you think, it's what we think.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
keeps happening. Another thing that I did in Ontario, I was, and this is very important because I think that happened to almost all of us. We have a plan in our life, okay? I was a model in Ontario and I was seeing my life, oh my God, I'm good with that. So I'm gonna go to acting school. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna open, when we start planning to move to BC, I'm gonna open a photography studio. So I buy all my stuff and so on and forward. So I come here, I start acting school, and one day in acting school, I start to feel really sick. And I'm thinking, okay, this is not normal. What is happening? But something was telling me when you get out of acting school, you're gonna be completely normal again. I get out of the school, I was fine, no more sickness,
Energetic.
energetic. And I'm thinking,
Hmm.
okay, next week I'm gonna go and let's see what happened. Well, that was even worse. I almost feel like I'm gonna pass out inside acting school. I get out and I said, okay, I finally got it. I'm just gonna go with the flow. Everything crashed. Everything crashed. The idea of having a photography studio crashed. The acting school crashed. My agency crashed. Everything crashed, except for one thing, which is my other business. As soon as I left all that and decide, okay, I'm gonna go full into developing, my spiritual life. And and by the way, after I said that, every teacher and mentor started to appear in my life. Every single spiritual teacher and mentor just show up out of blue. Oh, here we are. And every time I had to go to breathwork sessions and meditation zone, no problem. I never felt sick. Everything was fine. Everything works properly. And that's when one day one of them told me, I don't think you realize who you are, and I don't think you fully understand where you're supposed to be. And I'm like, okay, what do you mean? Oh no, soon you're going to understand where you're supposed to be. Yes, I did understand it. Completely opposite of what I was thinking. So the reason why I'm saying this is because don't expect that everything on your life is gonna keep going the same way how you thought you have it planned.
Right.
They change things on you overnight. Don't get nervous because eventually everything is gonna go perfectly, absolutely beautiful and fine. But more you resist it, well, it's gonna happen like it happened to me. You're gonna get more sick, one way or
Right.
another. Something is gonna happen and it's not gonna work, and you're gonna get all worked up, and then you're gonna probably get frustrated. That doesn't work. They
Right.
still gonna redirect you to where you have to go, one way or another.
Yeah. Even if you have to learn it the hard way.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
yeah, definitely the feeling sick was like energetic sickness because your body was telling you that this is not where you're meant to be.
No.
And that's an important way to listen to the body and listen to your intuition to maybe save you a few extra steps and effort to get on the path you're supposed to be on. And a lot of the clients that I deal with, they come to me saying, "Oh my God, like I'm in this job that I have spent my whole life. This is my career, and now I don't even want to do it. What's going on with me?"
Mhm.
And it's because it's time for them to move forward. A lot of them, they don't even get the choice in it. Someone takes that career away from them. Like a lot of people lost their careers with COVID, but that was a blessing in disguise.
Well, yes, it
And as
was.
long as we can see that new perspective, then we can transmute that energy into something more beautiful and
Mhm.
realize that this really was a purposeful intention of source to make us stop in our tracks and
Yeah.
everybody get on that path that they're supposed to be on. And you've got a little time yet to get there, right?
Yes.
And now, I mean, now and I hate to say that we're in the end run, the end stretch of it, because I know that for a lot of people that makes them feel like they need to hurry, you know, or panicked or anxiety over it. And I don't want anyone to feel the anxiety and the panic because everyone will be exactly where they're meant to be at every given point in all of this. So don't ever feel like you're running out of time or you don't have enough time or it's too late. Because if it's your destiny and your path's mission to achieve whatever, you're going to achieve it. It's going to
Oh, yeah.
happen naturally. But we can't force it to fit. We have to go with that flow for sure.
Yes, you do have to go with that flow
Yeah,
because
and that includes the things in your life crumbling down.
every single
Whether
one.
it's a relationship or a career or family members falling away or friends not wanting to be around you anymore, whatever it is,
Yes, yeah.
it's something that's necessary for your path. So if it's happening, just go with that flow of it. Don't second guess yourself. Don't try to blame
Mm,
yourself. Don't even try to blame another person because it's
no.
nobody's fault
Mm,
that you're there. It's not a blame game.
mm,
This is what's meant for you. It's what's meant for them. Accept it. Go your separate ways with grace. And if God's willing, you're going to come back together in the long run anyway. You know,
oh, yeah.
and I had to come to terms with that myself because I have 5 adult children, and there's a couple of those children that don't want our strange life. You know, as soon as they had the chance, they ran from
They,
mom and all of this as far as they could, even though they are gifted, they know they're gifted, they know they have a purpose for being here. It scares them. And they're still very young, and that's okay. It's okay. But it took me a long time to understand that and to be able to let them go with love.
ay, 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 ay. I can imagine that.
That was a really, really hard thing for me to do. I'm a Cancerian. I'm the mother of the zodiac.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
to
Oh
not have
my
my
God.
little flock was really, really that was a hard lesson for me
I
in letting go and trusting God.
actually, for that reason, I remember when I finally got it. I'll never forget that. I remember tears coming out of my face because I'm on, I'm already on this path, and I have family members that, no, no, no. And I know what is going on inside them. Plus some other friends that I was seeing where they're going on what they're doing. And obviously, you have a heart, you have love, you have compassion. You just want to fix, but there is no
Yeah.
such thing as fixing.
No.
And one time I was taking this workshop in Hay House, and this is the only thing that I can remember from the whole workshop when Colette Baron Reed said, it's not your job to go out there and fix people because at the end, you cannot rob people from experiencing life and learning. It doesn't matter how hard it is to witness that. You can give them advice, but if they're not willing to accept it, it's because they chose the hard way to learn. And that hit me like a rock.
Hmm.
It took me a while to understand that that's not my life. I can give you an advice. If I feel you want an advice,
Right.
if you don't want an advice, it's okay too, but I have a really hard time with that.
Hmm.
A really hard time. But here's the thing. When we come here we decide that we're gonna have a body, we all choose what we wanna experience here.
Yeah. And I think some of us more than others took the really hard challenges and was
Oh,
like, I'll take all the hard ones for myself, and you can send me all of the really hard people too, because I've got this.
yes. Uh-huh.
And then you're like,
Me.
oh, maybe I don't have this.
No, you never had it.
Yeah.
But
But we
on
are
my,
persistent.
yes, we are.
Yeah.
On my
Compassionately
case,
persistent with our advice.
yes. On my case, not long ago, I will say a couple weeks ago, I realized, wow, I mean, I come here, then I want to get it all. Every single one of them. But at the same time, here is the thing. In order for us to help others, we need to suffer.
We have to learn.
We have to learn because how you going to help others if you don't experience a lot yourself?
Right.
We can
Because
run
we
away.
can,
I run away since day one, if you want to know.
mhm, right? We can only teach what we most had to learn first, because that's how you master something and become an expert.
It's it have been, oh wow, okay. I can probably write 2 books about it.
Uh-huh. I could probably write a whole volume.
Yeah.
Whole volume set. Like I'd be like Encyclopedia Britannica, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
because
But
it's
wow.
been a tough learn. But they were lessons necessary for
Mm,
me to be the person I am now for
mm,
others. Because if you've never walked in their shoes, how can you empathize?
mm,
How can you help truly?
mm,
How can you really give them the advice that they need if you
mm.
can't reach them?
No, no.
So
That's definitely 100%.
it's necessary. Yeah.
Since day one.
Since day one. And I wouldn't change a thing. Looking back on it now, I wouldn't change a thing.
No. Well, the only thing that I said, well, I would have liked to do it all with the experience that I had today. It would have been really nice.
Well, yes.
But it
That would have
doesn't
been
work
nice,
like that.
but it doesn't work like that.
No, it
Yeah.
doesn't work like that.
Now, before we go, let's talk about the sound healing that you're going to offer to our
Okay.
viewers.
Okay. So when I finally get my beautiful microphone that is still up in the air, we're gonna start our sessions here with a 10 minutes sound healing, which I'm gonna conduct with my Himalayan singing bowls, my chime, my gong, my quartz pyramid, and my rain stick and everything. The reason why is
Yeah, I'm
because
so excited. I'm like a little kid. I can't wait. I'm so
yeah, you're giggling.
excited.
Oh
I
my God.
know. I'm like,
Yeah,
it's like
it's one of the most
candy for
amazing
a
tools.
kid.
Just don't fall asleep on me when I'm doing it.
No, I don't know. I won't fall
Because
asleep.
that happened to me many times.
Nope. I'll just be in the zone.
Just be in the sun. So sound healing is one of the most amazing tools for everybody, including babies. Actually, I was watching yesterday a short video on Instagram and I actually save it. They're using sound bowls on some hospitals in Central America to treat
Don't you
people.
love that?
Yes, oh my God, it's beautiful. To treat neonatal babies to help them grow faster. And
Hmm.
also, the one that I saw last was this man who has a stroke, and with the sound bowls close to him, they were playing the sound bowls close to him. He was recuperating from the stroke really fast. Sound healing is one of the most beautiful tools that you can have in order for
And
you.
powerful.
Yes. It connects you to not only the divine version that we all have, it also helps regulate your nervous system. It helps you aligns your energy wheels, which is what we call chakras. Okay.
Right?
And don't forget that our body is it's basically 85% water.
Yep.
So if you by any chance has seen how a frog inside the water, when they make that noise, the water vibrate.
Hmm.
That's exactly what happened when we are going to a sound healing session
Right. Or some somatics
or
with the
somatic.
salt on like the plate, how it
Yes,
makes the sacred geometry.
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
because it's tuning your DNA.
Yes, it's tuning your DNA, and also, but it's many things together. Another thing could
Yes.
happen is that for people who has a lot of trauma and inside things that needs to release, that can also trigger that, which is a
Yep.
good thing, but it has to be in the hand of a true practitioner who can
Yep.
handle that. So it give you like so many different. It also makes you feel happy too.
Hmm.
It also help you sleep well and your body realign
Yep.
and affect your DNA, like you said. So many things can happen when you start going to these sessions. You might notice that the next day you feel, oh wow, I feel so good today. I sleep really well last night. Well,
Hmm.
that's one of
Hmm.
the what I call it consequences. And
Yeah.
also another thing, your awakening definitely accelerate because the whole universe it has frequency.
Right.
Every single thing is based on energy and frequency.
Yep. 369.
Yes. So that's why sound healing is one of the most beautiful tools out there. Right now, many people are combining sound healing with some other modalities. In our case, sometimes my husband do the Reiki when I'm doing the sound healing, or we switch. I can use crystals during the sound healing. You can do many things. But online, you can also get the benefits as long as you relax and just go with the flow. And another thing that I want to say before we start, when we finally get this going, I'm gonna do a short kind of meditation, some little breath work, so everybody can relax and enjoy. You can be laying down or you can be seated. I prefer to lay down because it relaxes me more, but it's okay too. If you cannot lay down, some people have problems laying down. If you can put the laptop or computer by your bed, you just lay down there, that's even better. Anyway, you get the benefit. And also because we always gonna talk after about in some spiritual topics, like a kind of blend together, and that's our goal.
Yeah. And I'm really, really, really looking forward to it.
Good, me too.
I, I'm so I'm so willing your microphone kit to get there faster.
Me too. When I heard that today, oh, I'm okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, it will show up.
It will show up in record time and you will be amazed that it was way faster than they told you it was going to be
Yes,
because
I hope.
because the universe is going to work magic so that we can do this.
Oh, they always do. They
Yeah.
always do.
And we
Yeah.
have to have the microphone so that people can hear all of those
Mhm.
instruments because the pitch doesn't pick up on a regular
No.
computer microphone. So that part of the show is to be announced
Yes.
when we have the proper equipment to make sure that everyone can hear it and enjoy it properly.
Yeah.
Um,
Um,
I
but
also wanted to just
yeah.
say about sound healing that this is a full circle moment
Mhm.
with bringing back the sound healing because this is ancient technology.
Yes, it
They
is.
used the sound for healing, they used the sound to maintain
Mhm.
balance in
Yes.
nature of the body and everything else on the planet.
Mhm.
And they used the sound for moving things and building and
Yeah.
all kinds of wonderful stuff. So we are really truly coming back to our Atlantean roots
Mhm.
at this time. And I am really excited to finally be here in this part of our era.
Oh my God, it's it's a ride. Like I remember when this year began in January. Because by the way, even though we are on this path already, but that doesn't mean sometimes we don't get anxious.
That's right.
So starting January, I was feeling so many things and I'm thinking, wow, what is going on? Like I start to slowly start freaking out and I'm thinking, okay, no, there's nothing for you to freak out. This is just gonna be, and that's my intuition telling me, this is just gonna be a year of a huge changes, not only for you, for our entire world, for everything around you, including our Mother Earth, animals, water, fire, and everything in between, systems that we
Yeah, because
built.
it's all getting an upgrade.
Yes, everybody's getting
Mhm.
up and upgrade. But it took me a while to kind of go back to normal because I was feeling this rush every
Mhm.
month, every month, every month. And at some point, I am thinking, okay, I need to ground myself. So what I realize now, I'm grounding myself more than ever because if you
Yeah.
don't, you're not gonna be able to keep going.
Yeah. You have to be able to stay grounded. And we are going to start picking up on that more actually as we go, that anticipation of impending change.
Whew, yeah.
Yeah. But I want everyone to breathe through that. Really check in with their breath and breathe through that because our changes aren't scary, even though it
No.
feels a little nervous to us, right? We
Yeah.
feel a little nervous, but our changes that are coming now are not scary.
No.
So I just want everybody to breathe through that and really, really ride that wave right now when they're feeling that because they're going to feel that anticipation. And it does feel very similar to anxiety, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and anxiety can be a scary thing if you allow
Yes.
it, right? If you allow it in your head, anxiety can be quite frightening. So
Mm-hmm.
check in with the breath and breathe through it and ride this wave because, well, many waves. There'll be a few
Oh,
coming
oh
up.
yeah, there will be few.
Yeah.
There will definitely.
Because,
Yeah.
we have to go through a little bit of some turbulence to get
Yeah.
to the leveled out flying,
Exactly.
right?
And one more thing is that, and I was saying that to somebody in a Facebook group that I'm part of. It was saying, oh, all this waiting for things to change, the new earth, and so on and forth. And I said, well, here's the thing. You are looking at the whole thing from the point of view of a human mind. We have time. We create time.
Yeah.
Time is an illusion.
We're actually creating this whole speed up of time.
We do since the
Yeah.
beginning. We do.
Yeah.
So these 2025, 2026, 2027, up to 2030, it might sound like, oh, wow, all that. Well, it is not. It's in here that we think, oh, this is a long period of time.
Yeah.
Um, so don't get freaked out for whatever you see out there. Everything is divine intervention. Everything it's already planned. It doesn't matter how ugly it looks. Just keep your distance. If you think the news is going to suffocate you, just turn it off.
Yeah. Turn it
Keep
off.
going with, and keep going with your life. You're gonna be
Yeah.
okay. You're gonna be completely fine. This is just a
Yeah.
simulation. So just look it up at that point of view. And if you feel at some point that you need to settle, your system is not responding, well, there is many things that you can do. For example, one of them, you can pick a soundtrack on YouTube that you hear the sound of water that also grounds you. Okay. And another thing that you can do, believe it or not, in a glass of water, you need to find a good salt that is a salt that have minerals on it, no dry white salt, just gray
Hmm.
salt. You put a little bit on your water and drink that every day. Also help you ground yourself. Go outside and bare feet help you. Go to the forest help you. Another day we might be able to talk a little bit about that because I am also a forest bathing facilitator. And it's a lot about that. And we need to do that because if it is not, you're not gonna make it. You're not gonna make it. And then this is just the beginning. But trust me, you're gonna be completely fine. We all gonna be fine. Absolutely completely fine. And if it is on your path to be awakened, well, even better. More exciting times are coming. But everything is gonna be okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. And also that whole perspective of waiting for the great awakening to happen. Like this is not something to just sit back and wait for. We
No.
have to be present in every day. We have to be actively moving our ascension toward what we deem this great awakening and this great change for our planet. And The things that you want to happen may not be happening, but be grateful and happy in the things that you do have happening. You know,
Yes,
even if it's something as simple as a disabled person that sits at the table and puts a puzzle together, and that's the most that they can do in a day's time. You're doing something you love to do. You're putting that puzzle together. Be grateful for that. Be present in the moment. And that is how you move forward in the ascension process. We can't just
exactly.
sit and wait for those good things to happen. We still
No.
have to be present and active and grateful.
Yeah. And also,
Yeah.
and one more thing is that we need to have compassion, especially at this time in
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
Because this turmoil that the world is going to, which is gonna keep going for a little bit, you're gonna encounter a lot of people who is angry out there, people who just don't have any clue what is happening around them. They probably have a lot of problems on their life that they don't know how to deal with it, and so on and
Yeah.
forth. Which you can see that every day, more and more and more. Well, don't
Yes.
let that discourage you. You need to, if you find somebody who just want an argument, just let them go, send them with love and light, and just keep your distance. Just keep your energy clean, okay? It doesn't matter where you go. Could be you driving, could be if you don't drive in a bus and whatever. More you do that, less you're gonna encounter. But still remember that the world is in a turmoil now. You need to have compassion. You need to have self love for yourself first and love for others. You need to irradiate all that out there when you go out there. And remember that you don't know what the other person is experiencing, okay? And keep your
Yeah.
eyes open. Even a smile when you go out, or something very little that you do for somebody, you can brighten their day. It can make a big change on the other person. But we need to
Right.
be aware of that at this moment because it's very important.
Absolutely. Very
Yeah.
well said. I think that's a good place to end today's conversation. And we thank you all for tuning in, and we look forward to you joining us on our future podcast, Wednesday
Yes.
Wisdom.
Yes. Enjoy the rest of the week.
Yeah.